And it is the 25th of June 2013, and it is 4:45 in the afternoon. And this is an astrological reading for the United States of America, born on the 4th of July 1776, and to the best of my knowledge, born at 10 minutes past 5 in the afternoon in Philadelphia, USA, making the USA Cancer with Sagittarius rising and a moon in Aquarius. The overriding challenges in the horoscope of the USA are primarily twofold. Firstly, the USA was born with a really strong 1.5 degree approaching square from the Sun to Saturn, which, although it gives longevity, structure, discipline, it also brings restriction, limitation, frustration, and archetypal male role model imagery is very difficult. This is about the restriction imposed by the more dominant male patriarchal energy, whether that come across as father or teacher or God, or anything that brings that degree of authoritative dominant energy. And with the Sun square Saturn, that's always the nature of the United States. Whereas the more positive side of looking at the same thing creates endurance, perseverance, and thoroughness over a long period of time. But the United States was also born with Mercury retrograde in the Scorpio 8th house, opposite retrograde Pluto, the ruler of Scorpio, in the 2nd house. With Mercury opposite Pluto, there's always going to be the capacity on the negative side for fear, phobia, paranoia, insecurity, etc., from which the positive side is a penetrating insight into the psychological makeup of the world and an understanding of what makes people behave the way they do. There is always going to be a desire to have some type of communicative control, and perhaps this is evident in the current Snowden case, where it is becoming increasingly evident now that much of the so-called espionage was not actually being done towards any other country. It was primarily being done towards its own citizens. So it is suggestive here of the authoritative side of America trying to establish a degree of control in a covert way. With Mercury retrograde in the 8th house opposite Pluto, there will always be a degree of subversiveness, which can only come into the light when the psychological fears and alienations can be brought to the surface and acknowledged and worked with, giving the nation the capacity to be its true Cancerian self. And this is where the positive side of the chart comes in. The horoscope of America has a beautiful Venus-Jupiter conjunction in early Cancer, making it the mother and father of the world, the nurturer, the provider, the carer, the partner. It is just that whilst there is always this apparent desire for control and secrecy, whilst with Uranus on the descendant opposite the Sagittarius ascendant, pertaining on the surface to be the land of the free, there will always be a dichotomy here. Current situation with Pluto and Uranus about to hit the American Sun next year, with Jupiter about to pass over the American Jupiter and Venus in the coming 1 month, with the retrograde Mercury standing still when it comes backwards on the American Sun around July the 21st, before Jupiter spends 9 months passing over the American Sun through to May of next year, I anticipate fundamental changes in the nature of the United States of America over the coming 9 months in ways that basically has not happened before. And I think that the first signs of this are going to start becoming very evident in the coming 1 month. It's transformation time. It's not negative, but it does mean that it's time to mature and grow up and transform and regenerate. Otherwise, stagnation, entropy, and dissolution is the only solution. It's going to be an interesting time over the next 18 months for the US of A. And only in 18 months' time will the USA be able, maybe even 20 months' time, will the USA be able to say, right, this is who we are, this is where we are going, and this is what we want, and this is how it's going to be for the long-term future. Meantime, watch this space. Catch you later.